I'm trying to wipe the smile off my face, but I'm having a hard time doing it. How's it going, everybody? It's Dustin here, and we're back with Mike at the Rusty Garage and Homestead, and he's letting me try out his new toy, a HUSQVARNA 572 XP. I believe it's, what'd you say, it's got a 24-inch bar?
Yep,
it's got a 24-inch HUSQVARNA lightweight Japanese bar. It looks like quite the animal. I'm a still guy. I've always been a still guy. I have never run a HUSQVARNA, so this is going to be a first. So I'm either going to go home and sell all my stills, or I'm going to love them even more. We'll find out. So this is a pro grade saw, definitely a legit powerful chainsaw. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it does.
So I just want to jump in here also because I'm a still guy. I've always been a still guy as well. Joe from the Okie Woodsman, he's the one who turned me on to Huskies. I ran his 545 and his 562. And ever since I ran those saws, even being a still guy, I've wanted a Husky saw just because they're a completely different animal than a still. I still like my still saws and all my still products, but there's more than one manufacturer that makes a good chainsaw. I mean, Husky obviously wouldn't be in business. Echo wouldn't be in business if they didn't make a quality product as well. So I'm not as brand loyal as I used to be. I like a good product. Whoever makes a good product, I'm gonna use their stuff. So with you not ever running a Husky before, really looking forward to getting your thoughts on this saw.
Definitely, definitely. Well, let's get this thing fired up. Mike showed me how to start it a while ago. It's definitely different than a steel. So hopefully I can figure this back out.
You might be able to hot start it right now.
Just like it is?
Actually, so right now, since we've hit the throttle and everything, it's back to normal idle.
Okay.
You'll pull that out, go up the choke, and then right back down. You should be in fast idle now.
Okay. That is
nice. It's a different animal.
That is nice. That is so smooth. I mean, granted, I've never ran like a 500i or a 462. Most of the stuff I've got is all I got an 026, 044, 036. It's all older, but the anti-vibe on this is unreal. That is, that's a fine tool right there. That's, I see why you couldn't wait to get one. And that's sick.
Dude,
that thing's a beast.
For never running a Husky before, and running two of Joe's Pro-Grid Huskies. Yeah.
That's... See, that's what I expected when I got that 44. I expected something like that. It's...
That thing, it don't care. It eats. And to me, stills, from running stills for ever, they seem like they're really good on the low end.
Yeah.
They get it and go. The Huskies like that upper end.
Yeah.
You
I noticed that. It's like the higher it revved, the more it wanted to eat. And being used to running stills, it felt like I needed to let off the trigger a little bit. It almost felt like it was trying to go too fast. I don't know. It was kind of a weird.
Yeah.
But it was.
I'm not sure what RPMs
That's nice.
These things run at versus steel, or if they're the same, but these things feel smoother and faster for the most part.
So I was telling Mike a while ago, when I bought that 044, this is what I expected, was performance like this, and I've never gotten that out of it, which granted it's got problems, but this thing is a flat out animal. And it's definitely got me rethinking a future saw purchase. That's after not even 5 minutes running that thing. I mean, it's not super heavy. I mean, yeah, me and Mike aren't little guys, so we can handle carrying a little bit of weight around. I mean, I'm not worried about a pound here or there. So I would rather have more saw than what I need than wishing I had more saw.
Yeah, and another good option, if this was a little heavy for someone, the 562 is a lighter saw and is more than capable. It is a fast saw also. I like my MS-170. I use that, or used to use that for limbing quite a bit, just because of the weight of it. Got tired of carrying around the 290 and the 310 and stuff. Their 545 is extremely lightweight and also a very fast saw for the size of it.
Is that a 50cc saw?
I believe that one is a
45. Okay. Yeah.
But it is more than capable. I think that might be their smallest pro-grade HUSQVARNA saws, the 545, but it goes through some wood. But I've never ran a 261 either.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Or many professional grade steel saws.
Yeah.
As soon as the new 400 comes out, I'll be getting it. And I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. Compared to the homeowner saws, that's all I'm used to on the steels, except for the 660 that I built. I don't know. I don't know how the pro.
Well, how do you compare this to the 660 clone you built?
The 660, it also doesn't care. With a 24-inch bar, it eats. It ain't as high revving as this one.
Yeah.
I have run a 500i.
Yeah.
Before that is pretty close comparison on one of these. But
see, before we were filming, me and Mike were talking. He's always been a still guy. I've always been a still guy, and it's more just a creature of where we are. We're in northeast Oklahoma, and you can, no exaggeration, within 20 miles of where we're standing right now, there's no less than 20 still dealers. There's maybe a couple HUSQVARNA dealers, if that. Every town has got at least one still dealer around here. Every town.
Yep.
Most of them have multiple. And we live in steel country. Echo has got a very small footprint, and HUSQVARNA is even smaller, if I were to guess. So it's never really, people around here just don't have them. And like I said, our buddy Joe at Okie Woodsman, he got some, and Mike ran it, and he got this, now I ran it, and I can see a little bit to it. There's something to it, that's for sure.
I mean,
so
HUSQVARNA does not make a bad product. And
no.
I don't know. So there's a lot of HUSQVARNAs that have the outboard clutch too, and my thoughts, I'm not a fan of the outboard clutch. I know some people really like them. The 572 is an inboard clutch, so they did that right. That's a it's more what I'm used to with the steel products and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys seen the video. Well, this is your video.
Yeah.
Well, I did a video in the past of taking chainsaw chap material off of a saw with an outboard clutch, and it was an absolute nightmare. I think it would be easier with an inboard clutch,
Yeah.
which you don't get your saw and your chaps that often if you wear them. But I can't say nothing. I don't wear them. I should wear them a lot more than I do. But this saw, I don't know. It's just smooth. It's smooth and fast.
And he told me both of those things, and I still was surprised at how smooth and how fast it was. And like I said, I've never ran a 500i like Mike has, so he has something to compare for the modern stills. But compared to my old vintage saws, this is on a whole nother planet. And I like my old saws, but might be time for an upgrade. That's for sure.
Well, and I've only ran the 500i as a pro grade saw. I haven't ran the 462, the 261s, or the 400, any of those.
Yeah.
From my understanding, the 500i is still runs different than like your 462 and your 400s and stuff like that. So to compare this to the majority of the STIHL pro grade saws, I don't know, just because I haven't ran one yet.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to call that a video. I'm trying to wipe the smile off my face, but I'm having a hard time doing it. So once again, I want to thank Mike for having me out. We've had a good time here today, and don't forget to go check out Mike's channel, Rusty Garage and Homestead. I'll put his stuff in the description, and we'll catch you on the next video.
It is fun. It is a fun saw.
I can see enjoying that.